you? Are you voting this December? You're all voting. Someone said no. You're voting? No. Oh, wait. This side says no. They are filled with a lot of women. So the women are not voting. You're voting, but some of you are not. Okay, who wants to speak first? You are voting. Okay, tell me, do you want to tell us who you're voting for? Speak into the microphone. Not really.
Yeah.
But you're voting.
Yeah, I'm
Will this
voting.
be your first time voting?
Yes, please.
Oh, wow. How do you feel?
Oh, it's a great pleasure for me.
Okay.
Sure. All right, so
what would make you choose whoever it is you're voting for?
I think in Ghana now it has become the perception of NDC and NPP. So it will be better for we, the youth, to also change the narrative by giving other political parties the chance into power so that they can also know, so that they can do what they have
they
for.
want to do.
Yes, okay.
So are you a Butterfant or you are New Force?
None of them.
Have you decided who you are voting for?
Yeah.
Okay, but none of them. So CPP, PNC.
When it get there, I'll know.
When it gets there.
Yeah.
I see. Who else? Who says they're not going to vote? The ladies. No, you said you won't vote. The gentleman at the back in the brown. Hi.
Hello.
You're not voting.
Yes, I am not.
Why?
For now, I though I'm a citizen, but I don't want to. I don't have any reason for not voting, but I do not want to. For now, maybe next year I'll start.
Would this have been your first?
Yeah, this
next year
this
you
would
can't
have
vote. Oh. Next year.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll vote next 4 years after this year.
Yes, so
you wait another 4 years.
I'll wait for another 4 years.
Have you been complaining about the economy and things?
So many times.
So many times.
Yes.
But that's why you have the power to vote for who you think can do a better job.
Okay, so let's see.
Okay,
let's
so
see.
for now you won't vote, but maybe by December
exactly
you'd have changed your mind.
Yes.
What will make you vote for one party or the other?
So considering what you have ahead and how I can relate to you.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what will make you vote. Yes. So free SHS or digitalization or 24-hour economy? Or you are a butterfly?
No.
New
Force.
New Force?
Yeah, I'm considering New Force.
Why New Force?
He understands the youth. So giving him the opportunity to come into power, I think he can do something.
I see. So, what's that one policy about Cheddar that you like?
He's more focused on the youth, so
is the youth?
Yeah, the youth something, yeah.
Oh, I see. Ladies, you are not talking. Why? Okay, there's a lady here who wants to share her thoughts. Please pass on the microphone to her quickly. Hello.
Hi.
Are you a New Forcean?
Oh, no.
Okay, Butterfant?
No, I'm not discussing.
Umbrella?
I listen to policies, so if I listen and I think that will help Ghana and me as a citizen, I'll vote.
So which policy are you leaning more towards now?
I'm still diving into all politicians.
So you haven't decided yet?
No, not yet.
Interesting. Well, anyway, you're welcome to the Day Show, and we like to have conversations like this, especially because we're made up of young people. Those are conversations we need to have. Young people want something fresh. They want a change. And a few of them are saying, well, it's New Force that they want. What about you? Where are you leaning more towards? Remember to send your message with the hashtag The Day Show. And with that, I say welcome to The Day Show. All right. Well, what if I told you that we just might have the man behind the New Force join us on the show this week? What if I told you? It might happen, it might not happen, but just keep watching the show so you'll know exactly what it is all about. But, of course, we also have a special guest today. And I was hoping that I'd hear from the women who say that we want a woman as president. But I didn't hear any of you say that. A lot of women are doing incredible things. Is it about time we have a woman as president? Yes. Who would that woman be? No, don't mention my name. Easy. Don't mention my name. I heard Ekuya Donko. Oh, from that side. But is there any woman that's showing, potential at the moment? Nobody yet. Okay. Well, that's the thing. I mean, women, the president says, are not showing enough dynamism, which is why he doesn't have as many of them in his government. But all around the country and beyond, we see women who are doing incredible things. And today we'll be speaking to one of them. She's not into politics, by the way, but I mean, in her own space, she's winning and doing something that she loves. She's a building engineer. And so again, welcome to the Day Show. A big thank you to all our sponsors for making sure that every Sunday we come your way with your favorite favorite lifestyle show. My name is Bella Mundi. Big thank you to my team, headed, of course, by Bive Styling, for taking care of my looks for today. And when we get back, we'll get into our first conversation, and I'll introduce you to my first guest. But remember, every message you send in, the hashtag is the Day Show. We'll be right back. It is the Day Show, and let me introduce you to Harmony Baby Diapers. Now, of course, special thanks to them. You can get premium quality and affordable baby diapers, especially because they put your baby's comfort first. Now, if you're considering trying them, you can locate them on the Gimpa Road next to Amir Square. And for wholesale and retail, call them on 0534 800 466, 0534 800 466, or 0534 804 200. Remember not to compromise on quality. Choose Harmony, the diaper that puts your baby's comfort first. Happy Baby Diapers. Well, it's time now to introduce my guest to you. And she's a very special person. In fact, have you ever thought of a female building engineer who can drive caterpillars and control them and all that? I mean, it's fascinating when we find women who can actually do jobs that are usually male-dominated. And that's why we have her on the show today. And I'd like to find out from her what she makes of the notion that it's about time we get a female president. Would she want to be that president? Well, please put your hands together for Deborah Asare.
Thank you.
First of all, are you voting?
Yes, please.
You will vote?
Yes, please.
Okay. What do you say to young people who say, I'm undecided, or no, I'm not going to vote?
I think they have to analyze it, so what they want.
Okay.
And then prepare for that, because they will definitely have to think
vote.
of something.
What will make you decide on who to vote for at whatever point?
What the future holds, because I also analyze myself and I have to know what I want in future. So if you have someone who also thinks about me, it can just go.
What do you really want in future? If you look at Ghana, what do you think should be done immediately?
You have to think about this. Yeah. You have to think about future, what the future holds for us. Yeah.
As women as well, and you know, usually they say that women are better leaders. Do you agree to that?
Oh yeah, sure.
So should a woman become president soon?
Yeah, I think so.
Would you want to be that president?
If God permits, I will.
So that means you've been considering it?
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay. When are you going to launch your campaign?
Very soon.
Very soon, eh? Fingers crossed. But before that, you're already doing things that, you know, many people are surprised about. You have in-depth knowledge about what? Construction technology, building, drawing. Tell me what a building engineer's job really is. Okay,
so we have different type of engineering. We have the building plan, as in when you want to build, you see someone, the person has to give you have to give the person an idea of what you want so that they can draw it on paper. And then we have the people that also transfer it from the paper to the ground.
Okay.
And then we have other people that supervise the work as well. Yeah, so it comes into different,
And what you do is what exactly?
I go to the field.
Okay.
And then supervise the building. I transfer whatever is on plan to ground. But then when we went to school, we were being taught of little ideas of how the quantity surveying is, the building drawing is, all that.
Okay.
So you have to specialize in whatever you want to do.
Doing. Is that you standing on, you can look behind you and see, is that you there?
Yes, please.
So what were you doing at this point?
This is steel bending work. We are actually tying the rods for the columns.
So you can do the steel bending and everything?
Exactly.
So you can literally build a house?
Yeah, I can.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How did you end up in this space?
Okay, so I actually thought of what is odd among women. And then when I'm out of school...
That's you, in a caterpillar?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, you were saying?
So I was literally thinking about what is odd among women. And then when I'm out of school, what are some of the job opportunities which are not competitive?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was good in economics. And then I had to channel it into building because it's same as land, building, and all that.
Okay.
So that was it.
So it's not as if when you were young, your parents were calling you doctor or engineer? Or...
I actually wanted to be a doctor and an actress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then...
What changed?
When I was growing, you know, I was good in land economics, as I said. When I came out of school, I didn't go to university. And when I came out from SHL, I didn't go to university because I was still thinking of what to do. I need not to just go to university and choose any other course. And then later on, I'll just have to regret I wasted all this time doing something I didn't know what to do. So I was sitting there, I was like, I'm good in economics. And then I also wanted to do something which is odd among women, and then to empower other people as well. So what do I have to do? I went to my father and said, since you're good in economics, why don't you venture in this? And so we actually sat down to go through the courses that will also help me.
I see.
Yeah. And then I chose building. It's one of my father who asked me to choose it as well.
So where did you study building? Was it at KNUST?
Accra Technical University.
Accra Technical University?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I stayed in the house for long. I didn't know what to do. But
For how long?
For a year and a half.
Oh.
And then my colleagues were going to school. You are intelligent. Why don't you go to school? But they didn't know I was actually
confused.
Yeah, wanted to think of something I can do for myself.
So, did you have any idea you were going to, you know, man some of these huge machines?
No.
Where did you learn how to drive this?
Okay, I'm this type that I'm very curious. And then I always want to do something extra for people to say, wow, you can do it, this and this and that. Yeah. So I went to school, and then as I was schooling, I was still working.
Yeah.
So maybe I go to school on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I had to go to site on Tuesdays.
Okay.
And then to have the technical aspect of it.
Ah.
Yeah, so when I was in school, I was still doing attachments and all that. I got to the site, and then the operator was operating. I was like, please, can you help me? And I want to also do this. Can you do it? I said, I have to try. So he asked me to sit in the car, and then he would teach me whatever it is. So he just taught me once, and that was it. People were amazed. I was able to go and load the pavement, pour it, use other machines. This is the bobcat. The other one I was driving was the excavator.
Oh, that's not the caterpillar.
You can call it as well. We have different type of it. Yeah.
But the right name is excavator.
Excavator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did that one, and I later went to bobcat to also do it, and I was able to do it. Yeah.
That's impressive. I just saw you looking into this. I see people do this a lot along the road.
Yeah, this is a surveying work. We take levels.
Oh.
Yeah, we have to take levels before we build. They just go to the site and build, because sometimes the ground level is not stable. You have to check the levels and all that before the house will be positioned very well.
So if you check the level and it's not, the land is not level, what do you do?
So we have to do filling. And then if it's above your level, you have to cut. We have to cut it.
Dig.
Exactly. That's when we use the graders, excavators to excavate some of them.
So if we, because I see a lot of people on the streets with that machine as well. Do you see them too? I've always wondered. Sometimes I want to stop and ask them, what are people doing? Is it similar to what you are doing here?
It's all about leveling and taking points in building. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm actually impressed by this. So far, how many sites have you been able to work on? Can you even count? Too many.
I can't.
Do you work for yourself or you work with a company?
I do both.
Okay.
You know, I want to be versatile. I work at the site, and I say I take contracts and work for my own self.
On the side as well.
Yeah, because sometimes the pay is not really enough to cater for some of the things. So you have to take personal jobs and all that to...
For the kind of work you're doing, you're not getting paid as much?
You know, sometimes they take the contracts and they call you to come and supervise. So you have to go in there, and then they will pay you to supervise. So when you have your own contracts, you're dealing with them, that's when you get something out of it.
So on a regular, if you get your own contract, how much would you charge?
It depends on the kind of house it is.
Okay.
And then the type of materials we have to use and all that.
That's also dependent?
It also depends.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I can't just tell you I'm building maybe a 2-bedroom house. How much will you charge?
You can.
Okay.
I can give you an estimate. Okay. But when you are ready, I give you. But sometimes people ask for the estimate. They go and sit, and it's about 3 years, and they'll come back to you.
Expecting the same figure.
Yeah, exactly, which is not supposed to do.
What's it like being a woman in this field? Do you get the respect that you're
No, we are incredibly, we are valuable.
Okay.
Because you don't find women in such field. You can go to a site and you find like 1 or 2 women in there. So they value us a lot, but there are a lot of challenges.
What are these challenges?
You know, construction is tough. I wouldn't say this to discourage anyone, but you have to know before going in. And another thing is, when you find yourself in there, it's nice because they value you a lot. These challenges are sometimes you go to sites and then your voice is not heavy. It's not, the weight of your voice is not as your co-workers, which is the male, until they say the same thing before they can act towards it. So sometimes you feel bad, like, why did I tell you when you decided not to?
Yeah.
So in this case, you have to try and prove yourself, your technical skill. You have to be proving yourself each and every day before you could know that, okay, you have something to offer.
But that's annoying.
Exactly. That is why I think most women are invisible. Yeah.
So in a case where you talk to them and they're not listening and they're not mind, because I'm sure sometimes you tell them this is the right thing to do, but they'll say, oh, your banty.
Or because you say, well, you book long. Yeah, technical aspects. You know, what they book. So meanwhile, you have to do the right thing. So these are some of the challenges.
So how do you insist on getting the right thing done?
So sometimes I report to my boss. Okay. And then he also tells me it's not everything that I have to report to him. I have to talk to them. So I call them, maybe we have 4 men. Call them and you talk to them. This is what I've instructed your guys to do and they are doing this and all that. Before they also talk to them, you have to create that kind of cordial relationship.
With?
Yeah. So that as time goes on, they begin to be familiar with you and then they also listen to you.
I see.
It's not easy.
It's not.
Imagine you being, excuse me, having your menstrual and then being in a hot weather. You are moving here and there and all that. It's not easy.
But when it gets that time of the month, can you excuse yourself?
No, you don't have to. Because the client has given you a specific day to complete this building for me. And then you are going to take all those kind of days from the month.
Or maybe first day, second day. I mean, women vary when it comes to the experiences with their periods.
Well, you are also needed at site. Because sometimes when you leave site, the things that happen, you just have to be there.
But would you advise women to get into this field?
Yes.
Looking at all the challenges?
Yes, because of job opportunities. Because if you do other, excuse me, maybe there are a lot of people who go into that field and then, but you being a lady and then they find, what can this woman do?
Yeah.
Let me just try her and all that. You find, wherever you go, they just have to pick you and then test you and know.
So give us some advice. I would ask for 2. First of all, if you're going to buy a piece of land, to put up a home or a building, what advice would you give to anybody in terms of what to look out for, you know, on that piece of land before they purchase?
Yeah, so I would say you don't have to go alone.
Okay.
You have to find a surveyor and an engineer who has to go to the site and then look out things for you. And when it comes to the paper side, there's a surveyor as well. He or she goes in there and then find out if the land is genuine.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you can venture in and then buy something.
So I cannot just go and look at the land and say, oh, this is beautiful,
no,
it's a good site.
It's not advisable.
It's in cantonment, so maybe it's
not
good.
Advisable. Maybe it's waterlogged. When you are about to start building, you have to do a lot of filling. A whole lot of money will go on the land.
But can't you tell by looking at the surface whether it's waterlogged or not?
No, I won't advise that. Sometimes at the surface, you might see it to be some, but when you dig, you know that it's something that is very good. The land is good to build,
Why do you prefer to work with, let's say, Togolese artisans or Nigerian? Is it Nigerian? Maybe. You know, there's always this complaint that when you're working with Ghanaian artisans, they'll make mistakes all the time, deliberately. But you work with people from other nationals, and you get the work done. They are very committed. If they tell you, Madam, I'll finish this in 3 weeks, they'll finish and get it done for you without any hassle. Is that true?
No, I don't think so.
Are you just covering up for Ghana people?
Oh, no. It's not true.
Okay.
It's just that the Togolese, they are very skillful. You know, sometimes you go there as engineer and then, mind you, know nothing.
Yeah.
They have to bring in new techniques. The way they have to do the thing for you is just interesting. That is why most people want to use, but not that Ghanaians do not finish on time and all that. No.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
I can imagine how many people are watching right now and saying, Madam, we know our Ghana people.
Oh, some are very good.
So I'm not saying all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not rubbishing anybody, but in certain cases, I've heard people who are putting up homes complain bitterly.
It's because sometimes when you give them instructions, they feel they know. I've worked here, I've done this, and this is how I did it. So they want to transfer the same thing to your site. Meanwhile, you have given them the instructions to do what suits you.
What can we do to fix this problem?
Training.
For the artisans?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because sometimes they feel me a fear mason. So I need not to learn anything about that. But we have the skilled laborers and unskilled laborers. I think sometimes you have to call them skilled laborers too, and then give them the training and all that.
I see.
Will...
Well, what would be your final words to any young woman who's watching you right now? What advice would you give that person?
What I would say is we shouldn't limit ourselves. Yeah, and then engineering, they say, is very tough though. But then when you find yourself in there, it's very lovely.
Yeah.
People see you to be tough. They usually call you to, you have any job opportunities.
Yeah.
You are able to go where men go and all that. So I would advise them to think about it and then venture into that. It will help.
Finally, what's the scariest thing about your job?
Especially when I'm climbing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do that. It's not like you're looking down, you feel like you fall.
Yeah.
And then we used to build buildings about 14 stories and all that. And then you still want to prove to them you can do what they are doing. So you still have to go there. Because they train us as the same, they train women the same way they train men.
But must you go up there?
You have to. Because when the laborers or those people are working there, you have to go and supervise, inspect, and know whether they are doing the right thing. So if you don't go there, who is going to do it for you?
Okay.
So you still have to go and supervise.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so if you're scared of heights, this job is not for you.
I can't say that because most of the times you don't build to that extent, only ground floor plans and all that. So
it's not a problem.
It's no problem, yeah.
How does your family feel about this? I'm sure they are also usually worried that my daughter, my girlfriend, my wife, whatever, is going to stand on that tall building. I can't guarantee what's going to happen, whether her safety is...
Yeah, my mom, especially my mom. My father always say, you can do it, go, you can do it. My mom would say, hey, oh, mom, let them know you were
how
a
will
woman.
You let them, like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to say,
my mom would say, you're bad, man, and all that. Okay. And I had to tell her, this is the job.
Yeah.
Every job, we have this kind of risks and everything to do. So I just have to...
Well, I find your job very fascinating.
Yeah.
And hopefully someday you can invite me. I won't get up there, though. But you can teach me how to steel bend.
Okay, yeah.
It's too much work, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see if we can get into it.
You can do it.
But, I mean, if she's doing it, you can also do it as well. If you're watching us right now, you can be the next Deborah Asare.
Yeah.
And if you're in school as well, why not? Go ahead and study it and take up that challenge, just like she's doing. And she says she's going to work towards becoming president soon. So one district, one caterpillar. Or what are you going to give us?
I can't tell for now.
No, you are still waiting. But are you serious about wanting to be president?
I'll think through it. I'll think through it.
If that opportunity presents itself, you'll do it?
Yes, please.
It's not, you should start now.
Yes, I don't limit myself. So if the opportunity comes, I'll just grab it.
I'll look forward to that day,
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that day. Anyway, Deborah, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Well, I don't know how soon it's going to, this is going to happen where we'll find a woman who will eventually become president. But we're working assiduously towards it, and we know it will happen soon. But speaking of taking up the reins of power, we just might be speaking to one of the politicians who's been making waves in recent times. Don't go anywhere. This is The Day Show. We'll be right back.